Hey to everybody who calls LifeCity Church home, as well as to everyone who watches our ministry online. We know we have a growing number of people who benefit from our live stream services, and that you're joining us, some of you, every week in worship and in the Word. And we just want to say thank you to all of you who consider yourselves a part of our ministry. We're in 2018, and last year God did amazing things in our church. I just shared with our church family this last Sunday, if you tuned in, that God did so many great things in 2017 and in the short history that our church has been around. We've seen over 100 professions of faith in Jesus Christ. We've baptized 26 people. Last year we baptized half of that, 13 people in a single year, and we're praying that God will double that number in 2018 again. And God's just been so good to us, and He's done it through the blessings and the generosity of so many of you. We've sent thousands of dollars worth of resources to victims of the fires here in Northern California. We sent a team down to work with families and children in Tijuana as we planned a new church, Iglesia Vida, that we're happy to begin partnering with in 2018 as well. We fed almost 400 people this last Thanksgiving, and all of that through the generous giving of people like you who believe in the work of LifeCity Church. This year, we're praying for even a bigger vision. We are moving into an office space. Right now, I'm recording this video from my backyard, where probably 90% of all the planning and administrative work and sermon prep is taking place right here in this backyard specifically, and in my office right through the window next to me. And God has blessed us with this amazing opportunity to move into 850 square feet of our own office space. And we get to move into that new office on March 1st. And with that being so close to Easter, and with us praying big prayers for a record number of people to make first-time decisions into their faith in Christ this Easter, we're asking our church family and those who are benefiting from our ministry online perhaps, that you would consider joining us in a special offering on February 25th. There's two ways that we want to encourage you to get involved. Number one, if you don't currently give to LifeCity Church, then would you consider joining us by becoming a regular giver? You can give Sunday mornings in our tithes and offerings as we pass baskets to worship God through our giving, or you can sign up for automatic recurring giving on our website, lifecynow.org/give, which is right here. You got the link right here below, right in this space. And if you do that, then that's going to help us get where we need to be financially to continue doing all that God's called us to do in this new year. Another way that you can help us is by giving a special one-time generous gift between now and February 25th. We're praying for God to give us at least $5,000 above and beyond our normal giving for that special offering. Now, I know for many of us that sacrifice means many things. For some of you, sacrificing $50 to help us do all that God's called us to do in this season may be a big sacrifice. And there's some of you who are listening to this that whole $5,000 might be nothing to you. You could sacrifice that and it wouldn't even hurt you in the least bit because you've got that. But we're praying that wherever God's called you in on this, that you would join us in giving sacrificially, and that we would blow that number out of the water as we step into what God's called us to do, and that we would see God do exceedingly beyond all that we could ask or imagine as we sacrifice together. My wife and I have talked, we've prayed, and we're going to be leading the way in giving a generous sacrificial gift above and beyond our normal tithes and offerings on that Sunday as well. And we invite you to join us. And I just want to share one last thing. We pay $1,500 a month for the new office that we're moving into on March 1st. And I'm praying that God is going to move in the heart of somebody, whether it's part of our church family or someone who watches us online, that you're going to look at that and say, you know what? I can take that expense right off the books. I'm going to underwrite that whole thing for a full year. I'm going to write an $18,000 check, $20,000 check, or I'm going to give $20,000 online. I'm just going to take care of that whole thing. And I don't know who that's speaking to right now. Maybe God's going to do it through a collective group of people. They're going to give a little bit here and there, and we're just going to blow that number out of the water. But I've just been feeling this impression from God since we began talking about taking this special offering, that God's going to lead somebody into our life, into our ministry, that's going to say, I can do that. I want to be a blessing. I want to see this ministry reach even more people in 2018. So wherever that lands on you, whether you're going to start giving for the first time, whether you're going to make a one-time gift of $50 between now and February 25th, whether you're going to become a regular tither, or whether you're going to consider doing something really generous and sacrificial and underwriting all of our office space for 2018, we just want to say in advance, thank you. We believe that God finances the program of God through the people of God, and we just consider it an honor and privilege that you would join us in being a part of that. As followers of Jesus Christ, as a church family, we know that it's a privilege to see what God does in other people's lives, and that we get to be used by God to be the ones who make that difference. And the privilege is worth the price. The privilege of seeing lives fully experiencing life in Christ is worth the price of our sacrifice. So would you join me? Would you join me in giving? Would you join me in making a sacrificial one-time gift on February 25th? I know that together that the best is yet to come. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing what God does.